Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome back to a game called Our Life. Let's just get right into it, shall we? You and Cove arrive at Bax's office on the dot on the allotted time. Emotions were still high from the preparations of the previous day. After the settling down as the process had gone on, Cove's nerves had shot back up to their initial appointment levels. Why am I not surprised? Because, this has definitely been preparation for some serious big day stuff, but still. Greetings were exchanged, and Baxter didn't leave a space open for Cove to get lost in. Your planner went right to the point. What shall we be doing today? Let's settle on our clothes for the day. Wonderful. He clasped his hands together at the thought.
Well,
I can imagine you're both incredible, so... Recall that the two of you are intending to keep the outfits nice and secret for the special day. Does that mean you're each shopping alone, or are you thinking about extending the invitation to someone else? I want my dad to come. Sounds like something a best man should do, right?
I mean,
I know my mom would want to come too, but she doesn't live close, so, Cove shrugged weakly. Baxter nodded with a faint quirk of humor in his expression. It'd be nice for Mom to see it on our actual wedding day, though.
of course.
You felt for Cove, a familiar issue with the issue yourself. You can think of a few geographically unavailable people who would be nice to bring with you as well. Maybe you could send your mom pictures? Cove considered it, tilting his head in thought. He wasn't completely against the idea, but he didn't fully commit either. I'm not that very good at it. That is true. Even though it would have been nice for Cove to share the experience with his mom, he was sure that no matter what Cove wore, Kira would still be just as excited to see him on the big day. And it was great that he would still be able to bring his dad. Make sure you tell him nice and hi. For a real and shopping adventure, you pictured how you wanted the experience to go. Then you direct your attention back to Ed Baxter, finally ready to answer his question. I'm gonna go with my mom's. Welcomed your mom's help on the shopping adventure. The trip was far less likely to end up with you scrutinizing yourself in the mirror, just trying to, on the 13th outfit for 15 minutes, trying to judge it, and then the previous desert options yourself. With that decided, Baxter rubbed his hands together in satisfaction. Perfect. But before you run off on the next outing, it'd be best to choose where you're going. Do you have a preference on which store or stores you'd like to visit? There are two actual local shops you'll be able to set you both up with whatever you need. One is primarily a dress boutique, but it also has romper and skirt options. The accessories selection is also divine. There's also a shop that focuses on suits, pantsuits, skirt suits, and they have it. They also have all the relevant additions that they would likely
I guess.
I'm gonna wear a suit, so I guess I'll go to the shoe
What
store.
do you think?
What do you think, Luna? I want to visit both to be sure. Let's make sure we go to at different times of the suit one. Otherwise, the whole plan of keeping their thing secret might get foiled if you run into each other. Suddenly, you had a very clear picture in your head of what Cove stumbling into you like some comedy skit, the two of you failing not to catch glimpses of each other's choices. Which store do you want to go to first? I'll just go sooner or later, whenever you're at the dress one. I just go to the boutique sooner. Felt like the smart place to shop. You look forward to discovering what options were
Lovely.
You make this so easy for me. Baxter sounded pleased as he reached over for his notebook on the nearby desk. He clicked his pen and jotted something down. I'll leave the rest up to you, and I'll see you both during your next session. Good luck. His smile was curled but bright. He waved you both off. Thanks. Cove's voice was nervous as he started to shuffle out. You got up, following him. Toodaloo. Time passed from you meeting with your planner, and soon both you and Cove were going out for the big shopping trip. You temporarily said goodbye to your fiancé. You hugged Cove and he squeezed you back with a big grin on his face. Have fun, Luna. You have fun yourself. Cove nodded, bouncing on the balls of his feet. You could tell he was slightly nervous, but still looking forward to the rest of the day. Your car beeped when you unlocked it, and you climbed into the driver's seat. Cove waved you up when you left.
You
You swung by the neighborhood and picked up your parents along the way. Mom and Ma joked about who caught shotgun first and who would spread out in the back seats. It was a pleasant drive, full of light conversations. For example, you learned that there was a rumor going around Sunset Bird about finally fixing up that old park. Ma doubted it was going to happen, since apparently it had been going around the grapevine for a while. Mom didn't think there would be smoke without a fire. But that's getting off topic. What are you hoping to find today, Luna? You mentioned a few of your ideas, and your parents listened earnestly, chattering about possible ideas for the rest of the drive. Up ahead was a very proper, fancy building, and you could tell it was going to be really nice. You entered the boutique and took in a view. The first thing you noticed was how warmly lit the shop was. Despite most of the merchandise being stark white, the lights had a soft glow. It was fanciful, like a fairy tale place where dreams could come true. The dresses had a room to breathe, and each display was like a treasure. In the air, there was a faint scent. You thought you smelled something floral, but you also thought there was something that smelled like vanilla as well. Whatever it was pretty and not overwhelming. Aha! Fancy. Ma's eyes narrowed as she scrutinized the place. Yes, it should do well. Ma chuckled as she walked further into the shop. Well, if Lainey says it's acceptable, then we're in good shape. A woman with an official-seeming binder stepped across the floor, her high heels not clacking once. She made eye contact with you and smiled. Hello, is Luna here? Got it, I'm Luna. Thank you for coming in, and congratulations. My name is Gabrielle, and I'll be your stylist today. We'll be doing everything we can to find your dream look for the day. She grinned brightly and gestured for you to follow her. She led you over to the sitting area. One sec, before you settle in, let me get a few measurements. We obliged, and Gabrielle took a measuring tape from her pocket and wrapping it around you. You could tell that she had a lot of practice with how efficient she was at it. Thank you so much. Now feel free to sit. We can get this going. You sat in the middle of the seats. It seemed appropriate with how the spots were arranged, as you'll be able to get up and out easily. That'll be helpful considering why you're there. Your mom's filled in the couple open seats. Your mom will still be inspecting her surroundings while Mom beamed at you. Gabriella flipped her binder and tapped the laminated pages with her manicured nails. To get an idea of your vision, I have a few questions for you. This will guide the selection process, and it will make things a little bit more manageable if I bring the options based on your preferences instead of you going over every single piece we got. You wouldn't want to overwhelm you. Ma smirked, but made no comment. Yes, definitely not overwhelming. Sorry, I'm just coordinating something with my friends later as well. She had a supersized boutique since you were a child, and likely knew more than most of the employees here. However, you appreciate that she was still respectful of their process. I know it's a lot to think about all at once, but just take it one question at a time, and remember, we can always go in another direction if you want. Alright, I'm ready. The stylist handed the questionnaire over to you, and you skimmed over the questions. It got more detailed as it went, but the start was fairly simple. The type of clothing Juan bought out was... what's a romper? I'm kind of curious. What is it? I know it's a type of clothing. Oh, that's cute. It's, So romper, it's usually shown to it's a one-piece or two-piece combination of shorts and a shirt. I like that. Okay, because it's like a dress shirt. Because like the thing is, I have my own idealized of a dress, and I know it doesn't exist because it's something that I made up ages ago. But I think going for a romper would be nice. That was in a non-traditional shade, specifically. Let's go with the blue. What kind of garment would you want and desired color fill up? The questionnaire transitioned to more style-based questions. You went down the list, picking out descriptor after descriptor that sounded best. I'll say mix between traditional and modern. What is matte cloth? Okay, so matte fabrics are most shimmering as they absorb light, great for matte skin in hair or on body parts that you want camouflage. Shiny fabrics draw attention, highlight areas, and I don't want to do texture fabrics. I'll do matte, I guess. Fitted top half and I'll say looser pant legs. No detailing. And what do I want for... I'd say... long sleeve. If it's full length, I'm gonna trip over my own feet, so I'm gonna say ankle length. Finally handed down the binder back to the stylist. She ran her gaze up and down the page. Right, I'm on it. I'll get you something. Gabriella turned on her ears and headed back to the store out of sight. The distinct sound of Silas' ears deliberately not clanking on the floor alerted you that she was coming back. She had a romper that seemed right out of what you pictured from the questionnaire. Right color, right fabric, and the style we indicated. Seeing all the elements put together in a single piece, the romper had a stylish feel to it.
That'd be great.
It looked amazing in that. And you follow any monster's footsteps with that kind of style. True, it's wonderful, and not just because I would also wear something like that. What do you think, Luna? This is good for here, but I'd like to visit another shop before deciding. This is the first stop to make today. The stylist nodded. It seemed like it was common. Gabrielle smiled. I understand. That's no problem at all. I'll make sure to hold on to your romper for you just in case you didn't want to come back for it. But before you go, would you like to consider any accessories to add on to the hold? Let's see. I'd say a veil. And bracelets. A jacket. That's everything. Shared your ideas with the stylist. From your description, she had something in mind and left you to collect what you requested. With one option set to go, you made your way to the other store. After a short drive from the boutique, you arrived at the shoe shop. When you stepped into the store, you noticed a striking difference in shades from the dress boutique. The floors were slick and shiny. If you ran your shoes over it just right, a squeak would echo through the space. It was unsurprisingly well lit, showing off all the striking prim wares available. Each rack of clothing had its own dedicated spotlights. You shivered a little at the temperature, but it was appropriate for the heavy formal wear customers would be trying on while at the location. This will do nicely. That's a relief. I don't want to know what would happen if this place wasn't up to snuff. Ma rolled her eyes at Mom's teasing and grinned. You're glad that they approved of the place. A man in a pressed gray suit and a green spotted bow tie approached. He brought a hand up to his chest. Hello, I'm Phil, and I work as an assistant here. How can I help you? I'm Luna. I came to look for an outfit for my wedding. Of course, I'll be thrilled to work together to find something. Thol took a step up closer to you. What do you want to wear in terms of the basic pieces? Shirt and pants. Roger that. Do you have colors in mind? For the top, I would like silver. For the bottom, blue. I can say a darker gray, but I can't, so I'll do blue. I can do that. What are you thinking about with the style? You hesitated, not sure what your options even were. Tell you what, I'll list some words, and you can pick out what matches your vision the best. You nodded and listened to him speak, picking the descriptions you liked one after the other as you recited them. Something in between in a matte cloth. That's long sleeved. Unbuttoned jackets. vest. And a bow tie. I like it. Just let me measure you and I'll bring you out the parts for you. Thol took out the measurement tapes from inside his own suit jacket and took your measurements. I'll be right back. Thol reappeared in no time at all, and your description outfit draped over his arm. He lifted it up and let the full length of it flow out for you to admire. You could definitely say he had a fanciful feel to it. Oh, Luna, this is exactly the kind of thing I imagined I knew you were going to have a wedding. Oh, Pam, it does seem like something out of a dream. I don't know what I want. I'm gonna go with my gut and say this is perfect. Welcome to Put It On. Can I bring you anything else? We have plenty of accessories to pair with your sets. Do you have a corsage? And that's everything. You and the assistant went back and forth over what styles and colors we wanted with accessorating. You went to grab your accessories when you changed. There was changing rooms in the back, and you closed the polished wood door behind you when you entered. You got into the perfect pressed shirt and pants, and the pieces laid out nicely, not overly large or too uncomfortably tight. You checked yourself over exiting the room. The view from the mirror was breathtaking. You truly were about to have a wedding. You pushed the solid door aside and stepped back into the main floor of the shop. You paused in front of another well-lit mirror and beamed. Thol returned to your side to help accessorize you. The look was finished. The assistant grinned, satisfied. In the mirror, the day you were planning for looked back at you. You in the shirts and pants you wear to the ceremony. It felt real. You're nervous. You smoothed down the fabric at your sides. It was a lot to take in. You nodded at your reflection and then spun around to face the others. Ma hugged around Mom from the side.
Oh!
It's amazing, honey. Ma took a moment to recover from being bowled over the front of the unexpected hug, but rallied. You never looked better, kiddo. Twisted around, looking back at the mirror. As anxious as you felt, it was the right choice. It had to be. With your perfect outfit chosen, the only things left were the details. You had a few more measurements taken, a tape measure recording your every inch so that the shirt and pants could fit you exactly. Payment and pick-up for the outfit were also ironed out, and you received the tailored clothing in your time for the wedding. When outside, the first thing in your mind was calling Cove to let him know that you were done. You selected Cove's name to your favorites and tapped the call button. He answered right away. His voice was chirpy over the phone, eager to talk to you.
Luna!
Hey, Luna. Hi. How'd it go? Got it. I'll be showing up in the wedding in clothing for sure.
I'm so glad.
I'm so glad. I'm glad it worked out. You sounded sweet and a small part of you melted. Talking to him made you even happier than you had been successfully finding your outfit. How are things for you? I did it too. Mom and Dad kind of struggled a bit, but it worked out. I'm pretty sure it's all good. You should like it. Why am I not surprised that there's a challenging part for you? You cackled over the phone line as Cove sighed at you teasing. Oh, look at him all flustered. Clothing knowledge isn't exactly as strong as
Hey!
yours. Hey, I try. You paused, no doubt trying to think of a better comeback. I found something that suited me. You lowered your phone from your ear and took a deep breath. He found a suit that suited him, of course. Are you still there? Yep, but I am not adjusting that blend. You could hear the faint sound of his dad laughing in the background. But I should probably let you go. We can see each other in person once we get there.
I love you.
Goodbye for a bit, Luna. I love you. I love you too. I'll beat you there. See you. You ended the call gleefully and took the phone away. Then you pulled out your keys and hurried off to your fiancé. You also gave your appreciation to your moms for not interrupting your conversation with Cole. They had been able to sense that you'd been missing him and needed that time. You parked in the familiar street to drop off your moms with the car parked in front of your old house and said your goodbyes.
Thanks.
Thanks for letting us come along. Hopefully you didn't cramp your style too much. I'm sure we'll see you soon. You thanked them for joining you and waved until they disappeared into the house. In the car, with the scenery flying past you, reflected on the day. You thought back to what you had put together and felt your heart flutter. The image was crystal clear, and you could see yourself in it, and the view of your wedding day had become that much more defined in your mind. And right on time, you entered Baxter's office for the next meetup. He was waiting right there.
So?
Hello. Were you both able to find pieces you're happy with? I think so. It's gonna be wonderful. Yeah. As it should be. What shall we be doing today? Well, the only thing left is the dancing lesson, so I feel like we should begin those.
Exciting!
Oh, you want to get started on that? It's exciting. Beck suggested down to the other door, the space, rolled up his wrist to point with his whole hand. An exaggerated gesture. Oh man, this music always makes me so sleepy. There's a room in here in the building you can use for the dance lessons. I'll need to schedule, of course. We need to be certain there wouldn't be any conflicts. If you could wait a moment, please. He pulled out his phone and swiped a finger a few times. His brow forward as he checked some sort of calendar. He tapped with a few flourishes and looked up with a grin. Cove watched with open antsiness. Cove and I can attend lessons this afternoon, and then Luna, we can have the evening. I believe I can pencil in as early as tomorrow for the first session. Happily, there's enough vacancy in the event room for individual sessions. One-on-one lessons are ideal for this. Every person is at their own level, and I'll need guidance with different aspects. I can get everything arranged today if that works for you. Cove nodded seriously. There's no hesitation coming from his corner despite his jitteriness. Let's do it. Yeah, we'll both put our dancing shoes on. Baxter placed his phone down to clasp his hands together. His enthusiasm was hard to miss.
Excellent.
Excellent, I'll make it happen. And he did. Baxter made the necessary arrangements right afterwards. He asked for your input occasionally and finalized times. He planned out each detail exactly. Any specific idea that you or Cove had was jotted down and added to the considerations. What kind of music were you thinking of? Would you rather go with something fast or something slow? It doesn't have to be ballroom staples. I'm more variety than that. A recent wedding I helped with was with classical music for the first half and then early 2010s dance music for the last half. There's no wrong answer to this. Cove shrugged and left space for you to answer. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. It'd be cool to have throwbacks when we were growing up. There are a lot of nostalgic songs that were already coming to your mind. Baxter nodded approvingly. Cove was even more supportive of your recommendation. Cool, I think I can guess some of the songs you're hoping for.
Absolutely.
Of course, and speaking of, let's chat about the particular tracks. After continuing the discussion of music selections for a while, your office time with Baxter finished and it was time to leave for the day. Goodbyes were said, knowing that the separation wouldn't last long. Tomorrow wasn't far. The hours passed by quickly, and it felt like a blink by the time the session rolled around. A bit after lunch, you drove Cove over to his first solo dance lesson with Baxter. He was definitely nervous on the drive there. Despite his usual anxiousness, he insisted that he wanted to do the lesson on his own. He would show you his moves after he practiced. Rich Cove loved and dropped him off, hoping he had a good time. You drove off as soon as he disappeared into the building. The plan was to run errands until it was time to pick him back up. You had heard about a new store that had opened recently. It was close enough that you decided to check it out and see if they had anything worth getting. Unfortunately, the store didn't have a good selection compared to other options, but you stalled in the snack selection. You debated buying something in order not to leave empty-handed. Bought a box of sugary fruit snacks. You remember the colorful ads for the fruit snacks for when you were a child. It felt nostalgic as you brought the box to check out. At another store that you knew you would have to need was minutes away. A short drive later, and you're on your way to finishing your errands. It was nice to keep busy while you waited for Cove. When the time came, you drove your car up to the front of the building, stopping where Cove stood on the sidewalk. Cove greeted with you with a smile and hopped back into the car. He closed the door behind him and buckled his seatbelt with a click. Tell me everything. Cove shifted in his seat while rubbing the back of his neck. It was awkward, as you probably guessed, but not that bad. Brian, as he thought back, he listened to the vivacity in his voice even as he focused on driving through the parking lot. Baxter's not a bad teacher. He pulled out from the front of the building and started making your way through the first intersection. What do you guys talk about with all that time together? To yourself, you admitted you were really curious. From the time you could remember of that summer years ago, Cove and Baxter never really spent time with just each other. Cove hummed in thought. He mostly just focused on the dance session. I think we also talked about some general wedding stuff. He asked me about the material of napkins I liked. Nothing personal. He didn't bring up anything from back before when he wasn't our wedding planner. He paused for a moment, then continued. It had to have been on purpose. I mean, after what happened, why would he talk about it? He really doesn't want to repeat that. We heard Cove tap the car door with his fingertips as he made a right turn. I think we made progress in more than just my coordination. I smiled, tugged at your lips. That was good to hear. You finally pulled the car into a parking space and parked your car. You couldn't linger in the car too long given your own lesson. It was time to go. You looked at the grocery bag in the back seat with the snacks you had bought. I offered some to Cove. If you're hungry, feel free to snack. You probably need some fuel after dancing for so long. You pointed over at the food and Cove's eyes widened at the sight. That's perfect. I'll see you later. Bye, I love you. Love you too. Cove leaned over and gave you a quick kiss. You beamed back at him. You left Cove with the car and walked with a bounce in your step to meet up with your wedding planner and turned to dance instructor. The doors of the office building left you in after a firm yank. The air was cooler than what it was outside. Follow Baxter's directions from yesterday to navigate the wide halls. It left past the fire extinguisher and then a right at the first set of doors. You found a thick glass doors. You peered into the large event room. It had to be the place. You entered the space and noticed the towers of chairs on the side of the room. It was easy to imagine the room filled with a crowd, but for now it had been all cleared for your private class. You walked across the empty tiled floor to the counter at the back where Baxter was. You raised your hand and waved you over, setting aside some notes he had been reading. With a paper and elegant fountain pen left on the counter, he strode forward and met you in the middle of the large room.
Hello.
Glad you can make it. And with that, I think we're going to end this episode here. I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives, and may the stars forever guide your path, and hope to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.